Good morning, welcome to Morning Review. This is Kim speaking on Monday. Oh, no, it's not Monday at all, it's Tuesday, the 27th of September. Um, Goodness, I was enjoying Monday. So, where are we? Well, we've had the first presidential election debate, and it would appear that it's swinging slightly towards Clinton, from what I've read. Whether that's true or not, we'll see, I'm sure, in the rest of the press, but that's what I've seen so far. In turn, that's slightly better for the US dollar, and we've seen the euro coming down a little bit here. We've seen the yen moving up, etc. So maybe it has helped things, but in fact, to be fair, the euro was moving from 4 o'clock yesterday, and it's not done a lot since. I don't think it's really moved the currencies too much at all in that respect, but we'll see. Anyway, so wherefore the euro? We do have a weekly pivot untouched below us. There is a possibility of more of a retracement here. It's been in this phase of higher lows, higher highs though. In the shorter term frame, it rallied pretty much through Friday in a choppy old state. Yesterday it managed to continue much the same for quite a lot of the time before eventually rolling and retracing back to where it is at the moment. As I say, we've got the weekly pivot below, so what would make me look at that? Well, perhaps if we start seeing it selling off below the 50 MA, I think it's a pretty clear a better indicator. At the moment it's sitting below the daily pivot, looking a little bit erring towards the bearish side in the short term here. So a break of that 50 would maybe confirm that. Was, as I say, we've then got the target, maybe a big target in the respect of how far the euro's been moving lately, but it could be a target to the downside. If, on the other hand, it breaks back above the daily pivot, well, yesterday's high is the logical area, so we'll be looking above that 21. And the pivot there, if it breaks above that, well, we'll be looking for the rally up to the highs there, and it would fit nicer in terms of where we've been with the higher lows, higher highs of this recent movement. Cable. Well, cable yesterday tested the previous lows. It's managed to hold up pretty well, but at the close of the day, and it's pushed up this morning, hit the weekly pivot there. At the moment, it's probably a little bit overbought. It is on the short time frame. It's having a reaction to that at the moment. We'll just have to see how this plays out. The pivots are very pinched. The actual price action yesterday was very small overall. Let's just have a quick measure of that. Actually, it's 63. It's half each, or 64, half the normal average true range effectively. So very stunted day yesterday. Now we may get a bounce up from 8 o'clock, and certainly would like the upside here for continuation. If it can break the weekly pivot again, that would be more bullish, and we could be running up towards the 6200, a bit more upside. It has got this sort of lower highs in at the moment. It's sort of trying to feed. However, a break of the trend line here. Let's draw the trend line across the lows there, and I'd have to be much more bearish on it. So if it breaks below that area, I'm not interested in the long side for now. I'm afraid it's more bearish now. It's already hit the R1. Maybe on a day like this when it's so pinched, it may hit the S1 as well and head off with yesterday's lows. The one thing that's most likely, with no news coming out, is it could end up being quite another day of choppiness where it doesn't really do too much more than what it's doing at the moment. There's me on the bright side, eh? Right, looking at the dollar yen, the good news for the Bank of Japan, I guess, because it's given away some, and this really occurred since the 0-100 hours. So this is where the Clinton factor may be measuring in terms of the positiveness from her. She, as I say, may have won this one, but technically it's just done a nice double bottom there, had a bounce from that at the moment, and is pushing towards the weekly pivot as well. So it's a possibility that could continue. Personally, I prefer the downside at most opportunities at the moment. It seems to be the easiest route in the bigger trend. When you come back, look at the daily trend, it's a much easier route for the downside. It's not to say again today we may just end up with a bit more choppiness. So we've already hit the hit the R1, a bit short of the S1. Break below the 21s would bring me back in negative territory, and I'll be looking on the short side. At the moment, there's a bit of divergence going on from the RSI from these prior lows, where actually it might have worked itself off as it's sitting here for so long. In fact, the last never had a really clean retracement in between any of those bars, but bit divergy. The strength isn't really with the current move, that's for sure, at the moment. Now, if that changes and starts getting bullish, well, I'll step out and not be interested. I'm interested in opportunities to short the yen as opposed to go long on it. So I'll wait for it. Aussie dollar. Now, the Aussie dollar's benefiting here. If you, it's benefiting from the fact that the commodities prices are starting to increase a bit as well. It's pushing on up there. A break of this trend line would get me much more bullish, but at the moment with this swing mode it's doing here, it's if it was to close anything like this, it'll put a bullish pivot swing in, and we could see a continuation of that move. Just running into double top area here. This will be a bit of a measure of the strength of this overall move. It's taken a long time to do it. Some people may argue where it's almost diverged. Well, it's not really. It's run right. The RSI has come right the way down to the lows here, and then it's pushed up again. So no significant divergence on there. It does look a bit weaker in terms of the steepness of this move here. May just see a bit more of a retrace, but maybe back to the 21s before it can have another go. Certainly wouldn't want to be buying at this point, but a clean retracement may give an opportunity to see if it's got some more legs in it. And finally, the Canadian dollar. Well, Canadian dollar's seen a bit of a reversal, and you know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to bring the price of oil into play. You'll see oil rallied for quite a bit of time through yesterday, and well, the 12 o'clock candle, it pushed up, and well, Canadian dollar didn't do too much to it. It's a bit of an after effect here. We didn't appear to. Perhaps it did better than I thought it did. It was much later, 12 o'clock candle, or did it? No, it's 4 o'clock candle. It took a bit of time, that's it, before it started. Well, actually, no, big part 12 o'clock candle. It did come off on the 12 o'clock candle, but not as far as I might have expected. That was and then just turned right the way around. Well, I suppose it's finding itself a bit of a pawn in terms of where we are. It finally hit that daily 200, which will keep Neil quiet in our room for a while, I hope. And eventually, well, we might roll around here. We've just looking at what's going on. It does look we can break the 50 MA, 200 MA area. I'd be looking at the bearish side of it. I am bearish dollar, the CAD in my brain, but at the moment technically it's putting high lows, higher highs in, so we've just got to wait until it does something. But maybe, depending on how it goes this week with the OPEC meetings, etc., the oil producers meetings, maybe a better description, we may see some more strength in oil and more strength effectively in the Canadian dollar, bringing it down. So I'm a bit wary of this. If we see oil pushing up, I'm quite happy to be shorting the dollar CAD. Okay, that's pretty much it. News-wise today, there's so little coming out today. We've got 3 o'clock. We've got the US consumer confidence, which in the current situation with the presidential voting going on, or elections, etc., it's not expected it's going to be too high. The forecast is 98.6. It's not a big move at the best of times. It may get a bit of volatility, but nothing else of significance. I'm just looking at you 4:15. We've got a FOMC member speaking, and I can't find out what he's speaking about. My system isn't allowing me to read anything at the moment. So on what he's speaking about, well, there's no notes there. So we have got a speaker at 4:15. So if you're still trading at that time, watch out for some volatility. That's it for me. Have a great one. Bye for now.